Welcome back, viewers! The best rep range to build muscle faster. Every aspiring bodybuilder or just about any guy who wants to get shredded has asked themselves this question at least once. And that is, how many reps is best for building muscle faster? If you ask strength coaches, personal trainers, and even exercise physiologists about this, they'd likely give you different answers. Low, medium, high reps. Each range has its own arguments regarding muscle growth. In this video, we will examine closer these 3 rep continuums and their takes on increasing muscle mass, aka muscle hypertrophy. And later on, we will reveal the rep range that will yield the best muscle growth results, so stay tuned until the very end. Take your pick, i.e. low, moderate, and high range, and let's find out together whether you're right or wrong. Understanding the 3 classifications of rep ranges. Number 1, high reps, 15 and above. For those who have performed a set of 15 or more repetitions, they can attest how it can be a real tough challenge. If you're new or still aren't used to training in the zone, muscle fatigue can set in quickly. And by the last rep, you'd feel that lifting 40 pounds is very much like lifting 100 pounds. Furthermore, sets that go beyond 15 reps have one major downside. The amount of weight you can lift won't be heavy enough to activate fast-twitch type 2 muscle fibers. This matters because the potential for muscle growth lies on type 2 fibers, and these muscles only respond to heavy weight at least 75% of your 1-rep max. On the bright side, high-rep training is amazing for boosting your muscular endurance. For instance, this rep range is great for those looking to improve their sports-oriented skills, say a throwing arm for softball that can last for more than half an inning, or legs that will take you to the finish line of a long marathon. Final verdict, is high rep the best? No, that is if muscle size is paramount for you. Instead, high reps are excellent for developing your endurance. Number 2, low reps, 5 or less. In the weight training community, if there's one saying that always gets passed down from one generation to another, it's this: to get big, you must get strong. And so, this led many lifters to take this adage by heart and to an extreme at that. They then used a powerlifting regimen pairing very heavy weights with low reps. These days, it wouldn't be surprising to find a gym goer struggling through sets of bench presses or squats with weights at or near his 1-rep maxes. The good news is that this method is a proven way to build strength. In fact, any successful powerlifter always has a noticeable mass in its frame. But here's the catch, a big one too. Muscle fiber stimulation and hence growth significantly affects the amount of time a muscle is under tension. In other words, short yet intense sets of 15 seconds or less will develop your strength. However, they aren't as effective in inciting muscles to grow, unlike sets of 30 to 60 seconds do. Final verdict, is low rep the best? For muscle growth, it is not. But for building strength, then yes. This leaves us with only the middle rep. And yep, your guess is right, it's the very answer to your problem. Coming up next is how the middle rep range is the most effective and efficient training zone for building muscles faster. Number 3, moderate reps, 8 to 12. When building muscle mass, you must maximize the number of high-quality reps you can pull off per muscle group for each week. By high-quality reps, we're talking about sets that let you maintain a good form while still being relatively challenging for you to finish. Doing 8 to 12 reps will place enough stress on your body to stimulate muscle growth without overstressing your body and extending your recovery time. From here on, let's discuss the reasons why moderate rep range is best for building more size. Number 1, it results in increased amounts of lactic acid in the body. Remember the time under tension we've mentioned? With a cadence of 2 seconds on the lifting action and another 2 on the lowering movement, your set then falls right in the middle of the optimum 30 to 60 second range for a given exercise set. This is critical because longer sets compel the body to rely on the glycolytic energy system, leading to the formation of lactic acid. One of the greatest misconceptions about lactic acid is that it only brings muscle ache. In truth, that soreness is very fleeting, but is also a vital component for new muscle tissue production. Additionally, large amounts of lactic acid induce a surge in anabolic hormone levels, inducing the growth hormone and testosterone. As a result, it puts your body in a highly anabolic state, which is a state you want to be in if you wish to build more muscles. Number 2, it leads to more muscle damage. Time under tension, or TUT, refers to the amount of time a muscle is strained during an exercise set. Workouts that have higher TUT are designed to create tension in your muscles for a longer period, which leads to more muscle damage. And the greater the muscle damage, the better the muscle growth. Higher time under tension also results in a muscle pump. Here's what you need to know about this phenomenon. Number 3, it activates a muscle pump. The combination of moderate rep range and a challenging weight also bring about a much desired body state, the muscle pump. The muscle pump happens when there's a tight, full sensation under the skin due to the blood gathering in the muscle. Studies have found that the psychological conditions that lead to a pump activation, protein synthesis, and limit protein breakdown. Therefore, rather than the protein in your body burned off for energy, more of that macronutrient goes toward muscle formation. But above all, perhaps the biggest beneficiaries of this body state are the fast-twitch muscle fibers. Before we continue, a like would be great. Number 4, it encourages better form. Compared to a low rep range, medium or moderate reps allow you to work with a better form. In turn, your average rep will be of higher quality. Furthermore, higher quality means more chances of you taking the weight through a full and proper range of motion from the very first rep until the last. Meanwhile, many guys start half squatting when they're near their max. Doing so is considered cheating, not to mention it reduces the efficiency of the rep, thus inhibiting your ability to build muscles. Number 5, it is less physically exhausting than high reps. Lastly, medium reps are the best for building muscle because they prevent the fatigue that comes with high rep work. When you're fatigued, it affects your mental focus and physical strength. In the end, it limits the number of quality reps you can perform and the amount of muscle you can build. Final verdict, is moderate rep the best? Yes, definitely. Sets of 1 to 5 trigger less muscle growth than sets of 6 and more reps, so they're out of the equation already. As for sets of 15 and more, they're more painful, making it difficult to push yourself hard enough to stimulate growth. Therefore, the middle ground, as in the 8 to 12 reps range, is often dubbed as the hypertrophy range, or the best zone for achieving bigger muscles at a shorter period. Each rep is better suited for a group of exercises. Since we've concluded that the middle rep or 8 to 12 reps are the best for building muscles fast, then here are some exercise options that are recommended to be performed within the middle rep range. Middle range sample exercises. Number 1, compound dumbbell exercises 8 to 10 reps. Movements that make use of dumbbells always have some degree of instability. Therefore, it's important to avoid going too heavy. If not, then your focus would be centered on getting the weights in place and keeping them balanced when you should be pushing yourself instead. That said, these exercises are compound movements that can develop good strength, so going too high isn't ideal either. Examples: chest press, lunges, rows, goblet squats, shoulder and Arnold press. Number 2, isolation exercises 8 to 12 reps. The purpose of doing an isolation workout is to build size in your aesthetic muscles, as in your arms, shoulders, and abs. The truth is, the benefit of going heavy isn't much, not to mention they put all of the stress on one joint. However, with compound movements, the load is distributed over multiple joints. Therefore, with isolation exercises, going heavy can easily result in injuries and overworked tendons and ligaments surrounding your joints. Examples: curls, abs and core movements, tricep extensions, shoulder flies. What's your current rep range? Did it fall within the hypertrophy standard? Oh, and did you guess it right? Drop your answers below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. For more interesting facts on the human body, subscribe to the channel. Here are 2 more videos you should check out. Both of them will definitely help you reach your goals.